All right, you ready to play? This is fun. You'll like this.
Okay. Yeah.
This is actually one of the more fun ones to do, right? You ready to play? All right. Where you go? Oh, you.
I didn't say.
Yes, she was wearing Michaela's.
What? She was wearing
You want me to move right, left?
Move that bald dome of yours,
Where do
bitch.
you want me to go?
Perfect, right there.
I'm perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Ready to play? Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Let that breath out with a sigh, deeper and deeper with every breath you take and every beat of your heart. Wendy, all I'd like you to do is just relax. Let go. Listen to the sound of my voice. Any sounds you hear other than the sounds of my voice or simply the sounds of your environment or mine, they're not going to disturb you or distract you in any way. In fact, they're only going to signal you to allow your unconscious to come out to play, to get some really cool stuff and to feel good and become the person you want to be instead of the person you were programmed to be. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to focus all of your attention on the lids of your eyes. And I know you're already there. You can't wait to go deeper, but we're going to just go through the process anyway for the folks at home who may one day see this video. Maybe not. We'll see. That's right. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to focus all of your attention on the lids of your eyes. And the more you laugh, the deeper you go. The deeper you go, the better you feel. That's right. Drifting, dreaming, floating, guided by the sound of my voice. In fact, each time I drop that hand, you may notice that trance doubling and tripling and quadrupling all the way. Wait for it. Down, deeper and deeper and deeper still. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to open and close your eyes. Each and every time you close your eyes, I want you to double, triple, maybe even quadruple this sense of physical relaxation. Want it to happen. Expect it to happen. Enjoy the process of allowing it to happen. Open your eyes all the way up. Close your eyes all the way down, deeper and deeper and deeper still. Opening those eyes all the way up. Closing those eyes all the way down, deeper and deeper with every breath you take, every beat of your heart. Opening those eyes all the way up and closing those eyes all the way down 1,000 times deeper. Every breath you take, deeper and deeper and deeper still. Every beat of your heart, still deeper. The sound of my voice, deeper still. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to ask you to begin to relax your mind as deeply as you've relaxed your body. We're going to do that in a very special way. In a moment, I'm going to begin to ask you to imagine the alphabet backwards, starting with the letter Z. Each and every breath you take, each and every beat of your heart, what I want you to do, Wendy, is relax those letters completely from your mind. Allow them to become smaller and darker and harder to see. Turn the volume all the way down, 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 to the very deepest level of relaxation, as deep as you can go today or even deeper. And when you know they're gone and you're completely relaxed in mind as you are in body, all I want you to do is allow one of your fingers to float up with honest, unconscious movements. Perfect. Now let that finger drop, go 10 times deeper. You're doing fantastic, Wendy. As a natural result of the processes we're doing today, you're going to find that every single skill set that you've acquired, every transformation and alchemical process you've undergone this past 5 days will become amplified, magnified, getting 1,000 times more powerful, 1,000 times more wonderful, 1,000 times more transformational in every way, locked into that part of your neurology, mind, body, and soul that can most rapidly, effectively, and completely implement all of these changes. Each night while you sleep and while you dream, your other than conscious mind will take the learnings of this week and our previous sessions together, and she will begin to reorganize everything. To move memories and shift them around, to reorganize, to create new neurological connections from one part of your brain to another, so that each morning upon awakening, you'll see the world through new eyes. Each morning when you look in the mirror, you'll see the woman you want to be, instead of the one that the world tried to program you to be. And each day will be better than the day before. That's right. And just allow those processes and those instructions to reach the very deepest level of your mind, body, and soul. Now in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, Wendy, I'd like you to use that amazing imagination of yours. I'd like you to imagine that we've just entered the gray room, and you can see those dome-shaped walls and the pictures. If you need any pictures on the wall that need to go in the fire, you can throw them in the fire. But we're going to actually walk across the hall, across that gray room, to a door that's on the opposite side. And we're going to walk through that, and we're going to go through that door together, you and I. And we're going to find ourselves in an amazingly cool place. If you could imagine a garden that you designed that would have the most beautiful plants and shrubbery and design, as we walk through that door, that's where we find ourselves. In the most amazing Garden of Wendy ever. I can't help it, every time I hear your name I think Peter Pan, which is awesome. Right? And that's okay, because in this place, it's all about your imagination. And anything you can imagine, anything you can intend, anything you can act out must become real and true and manifest in the external world, because all the experts agree. It's the inner world, the quantum universe, that controls our outer universe. And inside your mind, body, and soul, Wendy, inside that inner universe, you are the queen of your kingdom. You are the goddess of your realm, and you have absolute right, permission, and authority to change and make anything you like. And that will always be true for you. Now, as you look through this garden, you notice everything as if you designed it perfectly is right there. But one of the things that really kind of stand out are these what look like little statues, or maybe not so little statues. And some of them glow with a certain kind of inner radiance. And you get the impression, as you look at them, that each one of them represents an aspect of you. As the Soviet sports psychologists used to call it co-personality, I like the neuroscientists call them sub-selves. But you can just think of them as identities, like suits of clothing that your neurology puts on and takes off as the situations and circumstances dictate. And the interesting thing is, some glow more brightly than others, some are bigger than others, but one thing they all have in common is that at the base of each statue is a little plaque. It tells you exactly who and what this persona is, what realms they control, and right below that are what look like little power plugs or battery packs or sockets for batteries that you would put into a camcorder or something similar. And you get the impression that the only reason these things have any power at all, that they have any ability to influence you at all, is because of the power cords running to them or the battery pack that supplies them. Now, what I'd like you to do, Wendy, is there's some things about yourself that you'd like to have less dominant, parts of yourself that you'd like to be less dominant in your life, and there's parts of you you'd like to have more of, that you'd like to be more powerful, more confident, whatever those things are. I'm just using those as examples. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to walk over to one of those statues. You don't have to literally walk, but you can walk if you want to, and that's all right. I want you to go ahead and touch the one you want to change. And that's right. Now find that little power plug or that little battery pack. And go ahead and just pull that battery pack right out of it. Watch it power down, watch it shrink down, watch it become smaller and colder until it disappears into the ground completely. Now, there's another part of yourself that you want to have more of, want to be more dominant in your personality. I want you to find that statue. Go ahead and walk over to it. Plug that power in. Feel that thing getting stronger, more powerful, more wonderful than ever. Feel the feelings in your body shifting and growing, taking over. See all the bandwidth in your body changing as the power is reallocated to a new part of you. And when you know it's locked in, try to turn it off and notice what happens instead. That's right. Excellent. So what I want you to do is pretty simple. I want you to find another one that you want to have less of, and go ahead and reach out and disempower that one. Now find out, where do you want to put that energy? Where do you want it to go? Feel the energy vibrating all throughout your mind and body. Feel the changes. Feel the circuitry in your brain changing, your body changing. Let the changes lock in so fully and so completely they're impossible to turn off. In fact, you might even want to notice there's a color connected to that. Breathe that color through your entire body and notice what happens. That's right. Enjoy it, because it just gets better. That's right. Now all I want you, the process is pretty simple. Since you're in the garden, you know what it is you want to change, you know what you want more of. All I want you to do is to go up to the statues that represent those parts of yourself you want to be less dominant, less powerful, less pervasive in your life. Pull out the power and reallocate that energy to the new parts of your mind, body, and soul that you want more of. Become the person you choose to be instead of the person that was chosen for you. That's right. Notice how good that feels, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Feel the power, feel the energy surging through you, impossible to stop. Only getting stronger for as long as your heart continues to beat and your lungs continue to breathe. Impossible to turn off. Prove it, test it. Try to turn it off, notice what happens instead. That's right. Excellent. As you look around this particular garden, how many more statues do we need to fix? Next one? All right, reach down, grab that sucker. That's it. Good. Enjoy it. Even stronger now. And even stronger. And stronger. And stronger. Now, you've done such a great job. I'm going to show you something really cool. I wasn't going to show this. But I think you've earned it. And we're going to turn around this way just for grins and giggles. Now, do you like movies, Wendy? You ever see that movie Iron Man? One of the cool things about Iron Man is his suits of armor. And you know how his suit could actually open up and he could actually like step inside and would close around him? I want you to look at all those glowing statues and realize they're like suits of Iron Man armor. And I want you to reach out and touch the center of one of them, and it goes, and it opens up like a set of armor. And you can actually just turn around, step into it, and it closes up all around you. Now notice what happens. See the world through that space. Yeah. Now that's it. That's what I'm talking about. Lock those changes in. Now, are you an Avengers fan? There was a scene in the Avengers where Tony Stark had to fight the Hulk. And so he got a suit of armor for his suit of armor. You remember that? Well, right next to you is that other one that you liked really well. And that opens up bigger. And you can step inside that one with your suit of armor on. Feel them all plugging in. Synergizing, amplifying, becoming 10,000 times stronger. Hulk strength. That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Lock it in, seal the armor, feel it just integrate, becoming a natural, permanent part of everything you are, everything you want to be, so that for as long as your heart continues to beat and your lungs continue to breathe, you have it. It's always with you. It's always on. And you can come out whenever you want to, but who wants to? That's what I'm talking about. So all I want you to do is just layer those suits of armor on until you got them all. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Feel the power. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Lock it in. When you know it's locked in, test it just to be sure. Try to turn that shit off. Notice what happened. That's right. When you're all done, just nod your head to let me know. All done? Excellent. We're just going to turn you around just a little bit right here. I got you. In a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach the number 5, you're going to emerge from this state, bringing all of this power, all of this armor, all of these transformations, revelations, and modifications with you. Head clear, mind clear, thinking and acting with calm self-assurance, feeling good all over, unstoppable, invincible in every way. A feeling that will only get better for as long as your heart continues to beat and your lungs continue to breathe. Number 1, feel yourself returning to this place we call reality, bringing with you a brand new reality, Wendy. Reality where you're the one who's unstoppable, invincible, only getting more powerful. You're the one who's learned how to do this. And the best part is, you can come back to this garden anytime you want and make any change you want. Any change you can name and describe, you can find a place to energize, or in some cases, de-energize. That's your power, and it's yours for as long as your heart continues to beat and your lungs continue to breathe. Number 2, all of my suggestions from me to you, from you to your very own other than conscious mind, are now 10 times more powerful, 10 times more permanent, 1,000 times more satisfying and fulfilling, 1,000,000 times more irresistible, locked into that part of your heart, mind, body, and soul that most wants, desires, can implement, facilitate, and express these changes in all the ways that make your life better. Number 3, always at least 3 ways to overcome any situation, obstacle, or circumstance that you may face. Always at least 3 solutions to any problem you need to solve, and your other than conscious mind will now easily, effortlessly, and automatically generate those solutions in the quickest, easiest, most effective way for the good of yourself and all concerned. Number 4, because it's all for you, Wendy. You've followed the instructions. You've obeyed the commands. You've done the work. You're wearing that fucking armor. I don't want to mess with you now. It's all for you. You've done the work. You've earned those rewards, sweetie. And it's true for you now. You live it to the fullest. On the next count, you can emerge from this state only at the rate and speed that every level of your neurology, mind, body, and soul understands, comprehends, recognizes, and is aware that you've got it. Living it to the fullest, maximizing every opportunity, expressing yourself in every way that makes your life better, that gives you the life you want, the way you want it, by your standards and your definitions. Head clear, mind clear, thinking and acting with calm self-assurance, feeling good all over, glad to be alive, ready to thrive. Number 5.
Wow.
Questions? Energize.